Hey guys, it's your boy Chris here outside in the rain today. Yeah, the rain. Got stuff between my teeth. Today we're doing a tamarind chicken on the grill. Hey, show you what we have going on here. We've got 2 chicken. I cut them in half. They've been seasoned up, marinated, they're grilling away now. They've got maybe about half an hour, 40 minutes to go still on there before we start adding that lovely tamarind barbecue sauce to this here. So here we go. Tamarind barbecue chicken. Well, grilled chicken. Above, subscribe. All the latest videos are going to be sent to you. Below is where you can leave me your comments, questions, concerns. And don't forget to give the video the thumbs up. I can feel stuff in my teeth from what? I'm eating roast corn, by the way. The hat. Yeah, I know you guys catching kicks on the hat, but it's raining outside. I have no choice. I gotta protect my head. I gotta shelter, right? Here we go. Tamarind grilled chicken. Here are the ingredients we'll be using today. Up front here, I have half a teaspoon of salt, a heaping tablespoon of prepared green seasoning. That's the Caribbean blend. In the description of this video, I'll show you guys how to do that. There's another video I made a while back showing how to do that. It's a wonderful, versatile seasoning to use just in about anything. There's garlic in there, scallions, thyme, all the fresh herbs and stuff like that we use down in the Caribbean, already prepared in the blender there. And this here is the tamarind barbecue sauce, homemade, that we'll be using. I have about 3/4 cups here of that tamarind barbecue sauce. In the description of this video, I will put a link on there to show you how to make this tamarind barbecue sauce. And I've got a couple chickens here. They may be about 3.5 to 4 pounds. I'm guessing closer to 3.5 pounds each. I've got half of a lime. What I'm going to do, I'm going to cut that chicken up into halves, and then I'm going to wash it with the juice of that lime and water, and then pat it dry, and then we'll marinate this thing to infuse it with that rich Caribbean flavors from that green seasoning mix. Here's how we're going to half these chicken. And I'm going to be using my cleaver, a big knife or a cleaver, as well as some kitchen shears. And all you're going to do is flip the chicken over to its back, as you can see here. And all I'm going to do is cut up the back here, all the way up, to split it in two basically. And this is the sort of backbone here, and I really don't need that, so what I'm going to do is cut that out as well. Now with the back removed, and you can use this for stock or toss it in the garbage, whatever. It's up to you. All we're going to do is sort of open up the chicken, so you got like down the center of the chest here now. And with my cleaver, all I'm going to do is cut all the way through. And there you go. I've got half of a chicken and half of a chicken over here. The chicken is nice and clean now. I wash it with cool water and the juice of that lime. I drain it as dry as I could. So next up, what we're going to do, we're going to hit him with the salt. And we're going to massage this in to ensure all the pieces of chicken get some of the goodness from the salt, as well as the green seasoning, that prepared green seasoning. And all I'm going to do now is using my hands. You can wear gloves, you can use tongs, you can do whatever you want. And we're going to massage this chicken with that green seasoning, prepared green seasoning paste. Remember, in the description of this video, I'll have the a link to the recipe for this green seasoning. I'm just going to go ahead and work all these pieces of chicken with that lovely green seasoning paste. Get all the back of it and everything. And what I'm going to do now, what you can also do is, if the thick part of the meat, so like the drumstick here as well as the chicken breast, like this sort of chicken breast here, I would typically stab it with the knives a few times just to let some of that marinade get in there. But this is good to go here now. I'm going to put this in the fridge, cling wrap it, put it in the fridge to marinate for at least half an hour before we go to the grill. I've got my grill set at about 375 degrees right now, anywhere from 375 to 400 degrees. But what I've done is, I'm not sure if you guys can see it here or not, but that's the lower grate of my grill. And that's a sort of warming rack. And the first 15-20 minutes, I'm going to slowly cook that on that top rack there with the lid closed. So it'll slowly cook and really infuse the chicken with all that marinade and everything else that we had it soaking in there for the last half an hour or so. So it's been about 20 minutes now with the chicken being on that top rack there. It's raining. I do apologize if you guys have seen the rain and all that here. There's much else I can do. Hey, thank God I'm just able to come out in this rain and do this to share with you guys, right? So here we go. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to set up my barbecue into 2 zones. And basically I have 1, 2, 3 different burners on my grill here. What I'm going to do is these 2 to the far left here, I'm going to turn all the way down. And the 1 to the far right here, I'm going to turn the heat up. And we're going to transfer the chicken from the top here now. And I'm going to put it onto the bottom here. So what we have going on here is low heat here and a high heat coming from there. It's sort of an indirect heat if you really want to get technical. But just going to move this over. So what's going to happen here is we're still going to get that slow cooking process going on. However, we won't compromise on the heat of the grill itself. So with a high heat over here, and once I close the lid, it's going to sort of become like an oven and cook this chicken all the way through for me. Just going to give you guys a little closer. There we go, a little better idea of what I'm doing. I'm going to let this go now for about a half an hour or so. We're going to flip it back and forth every 10 minutes or so. Watch for flare-ups. Have a bottle of water handy and then squirt the flare-ups. You really don't want the flare-ups. I'm cooking this with the skin on, so there is going to be some flare-ups with the fat and everything else melting. But so far, the little flare-ups that we've had, the scent coming out of that green seasoning that we marinated this chicken with, the scent coming out of it is simply stunning. The neighbors are already peeping through their windows. They're looking to see what's going on back here because they know whenever I'm back here and they got that scent going on, something good is happening. It's been about 15 minutes since I put it on the lower part of the grill here. So what I did was I only flipped them over, but I rotated them because I know the back of my grill here has more heat. Yeah, the back part down here has more heat than the front over here. So what I did was I brought those from the back into the front and vice versa. And now I'm going to let it cook on this side for another 15 minutes, and it should be fully cooked all the way through at that point. Hoping you guys can see this. What I have here, and I have that beautiful, where are we? There we go. The beautiful tamarind barbecue sauce that we made from a few days ago. I have it in a little metal pan here, and I'd urge if you guys do a lot of grilling, go ahead and get one of these. What I do is usually, while I'm grilling, I put it on top of my barbecue there, on top of the grill, and allow it to warm up, because the worst thing you can do is to add cold barbecue sauce to any sort of meat that you're grilling. So this is nice and warm all the way through now. Look at that rich color. And the chicken is probably ready to start basting. I'm just going to hit you guys a little close-up of what I'm doing here now. All I'm going to do is flip them over. Beautiful color on them. Look at that. They're all on the same side. I like working on the same side whenever I'm grilling here, because this way I can tell where I've basted already and where I haven't. Now I'm going to do is turn the heat down because I want this on a low heat, and I'm going to start to really put on that barbecue sauce on there. It's nice and chunky from the onions and everything else we added to when we were making this lovely tamarind barbecue sauce. And don't be shy, you know what? And don't be cheap. Put a lot of that sauce on there. We want that to get nice and sticky and gluey and hey, all kind of nice bits we want from this thing here. I'm just going to continue doing that, then I'm going to flip it over and do it for the next 10 minutes or so until my barbecue sauce runs out and we have a nice lovely glaze on there. The chicken is all done now. This tamarind chicken smells wickedly amazing. Just had to give you guys a little close-up there. So all I'm going to do now is turn off my heat, and I'm going to transfer it onto my container to take inside. Maybe some lovely dinner here tonight, I tell you. There we go. Hit you guys a little close up again. Doesn't it look just delicious? Guys, give this one a try. Chris here, CaribbeanPot.com. I'm going to tent this. It sort of relaxes before I get into it. Just got to let it relax a little bit before you start eating. But I've got some potato salad. I've got some Spanish rice to go with this. So wish I could have you guys over. But hey, say what? You guys know how to do it. Give it a try. Chris here, CaribbeanPot.com. Thanks for joining me in my kitchen, barbecue, backyard. Have a great day, guys.